Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the only podcast recorded in a hotel room, into a phone, and sent remotely to California to be processed. And here he is, speaking of processing, oh my God, get ready to process this. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Hello everybody, this is Eddie Pepitone. Welcome to Biscotti or Tear Gas. Biscotti or Tear Gas is brought to you by Chevron. Chevron Oil, we go into the Amazon and we destroy lives. What are you gonna do about it? And by Pepsi Cola, we've been overthrowing governments all over this globe and taking natural resources from the people of South America. We're Pepsi, and we'll fuck you wherever you are. Hey everybody, so the reason I gave the title Biscotti and Tear Gas is because I'm going to Milan. I think I must have mentioned it, and I'm really kind of excited and nervous about traveling overseas as an American just because of all the bullshit that our country has come to represent in an aggressive, horrific way. Anyway, so I'm going over to Milan, and I saw that there were protests against Israel and the United States, and I'm wondering, I have a choice, and this refers to the title of the podcast. I have a choice. Do I go to the protests and lend my voice to the Americans against this deportation stuff and this, unilateral and, kidnappings, everything, supported genocide? Or do I have Biscotti? I'm not sure if it's Biscotti or Biscotti. Biscotti. I think it's Biscotti. I'm Italian. I should know this. Anyway, so do I go to the protests, or do I just have a nice little biscotti? You say tomato, I say tomato, let's call the whole thing off. And now the character, Ron Stevens, the biggest patriot ever. God damn it. Every time I open a window in this country, I never see enough American flags. When I open a window, when I pull the drapes aside and see outside, see into the streets, I never see enough American flags. Why aren't people putting up more flags? Jesus Christ. You know what's a red flag? Not putting up a flag. That's what a red flag is. We interrupt this broadcast to let you know what's going on. That pause you heard during the flag bit was it was because Eddie had an itch on his back. And now back to Rick Stevens, the flag guy. Why don't they have more flags in the street? Ah, man. I don't worry about nothing but the fact that there aren't enough flags in plain sight. So anyway, welcome everybody to a remote episode of Apocalypse Soon. I'm not here with Kevin. We're not bantering. I was thinking of interviewing my sister, but then it got to, how travel goes, and it got to the day before. We're leaving from Milan, leaving tomorrow, Tuesday, and I'm going to be there for like 10, 11 days, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to just taking in Italy, and I know northern Italy, and just watch hockey, which I It's an homage to my father dying, hockey and opera. He was a big hockey fan. He was a big opera fan, Sicilian, They love the drama that operas have. And it was, everything growing up as a kid, I remember it was operatic. My father's anger was mercurial, which is what opera is about, It could be very big. That's another thing about opera. Opera is melodrama. You know what I was thinking on this Stream of Consciousness? This is the Stream of Consciousness Biscotti or Tear Gas podcast. I love that. So anyway, so it got to be a day before we're leaving, which is right now as I record this. We're going tomorrow. So we're just trying to get this out in the airwaves. Me and Kevin hate missing any time, I think we've only taken 1 week off since we started this crazy thing. If nothing else, we're persistent. We keep going for it, because we really have no choice, me and Tinkin. Kev, you also have to tell me, and I'm telling this to Kevin and to our listening audience, Kevin, you also have to tell me, when is the show at the Belly Room? This Awful Mess. We had a very successful first show with Todd Glass. If you have any suggestions for guests, let us know, like a really good guest. I'm going to find out who's in LA. A lot of New Yorkers come into LA, and a lot of people from all over the country, obviously, go in and out of LA. I would love to interview somebody. We'll see. So what you're probably... sorry, I'm drifting in and out of the Stream of Consciousness, but I'll be taping things remotely from Milan. Maybe Kevin could add in stuff, besides his sound effects, maybe his thoughts on what's going on and all that stuff. So that could be cool. But we're going to go into a couple of characters here today before I have to go out and buy, I would say, 4 black t-shirts. I'm going to Milan, right? So black t-shirts. I may try to get a tattoo of Biscotti and Tear Gas. That would be what I would get. Some Biscotti, and you know who that would be, like a little cylinder, and then Tear Gas would just be, you would see, like just something representing gas. Sorry, folks. Anyway, so we're going to do a few characters, and let's get into one now. This is one of the staples of Apocalypse Soon, and I invite everybody to invite everybody as we sit around this campfire of the exchange of ideas, the exchange of humor, the exchange of people who are trying to be or are conscious of not being conscious. That's what the work is. You have to be conscious of what is not conscious, usually with yourself and me. I'm so unconscious. I've been so unconscious for most of my life, so it's liberating when you start to feel like, oh, okay, I'm starting to understand that it's about getting a hold of this roaring locomotive of a mind, my mind. All right, nice swig of water as I am trying to do this in one stream of consciousness podcast. There's not going to be many interstitials. That's a note to Kevin. Just let it ride, everybody. Let it ride. And our first bit, and it's a staple It's an absolute staple of Apocalypse Soon since its inception. A pretty good movie with Leo DiCaprio. DiCaprio, who I did meet in a coffee bean on Sunset Boulevard years ago. Our eyes met. I can tell he wanted me, sexually. It had nothing to do with talent. He could care less if I, had different abilities. He wanted to bed me, casting couch. And I'm like, no, sir. No, sir, Leo. So, Inception, it's the inception, folks. Since the inception, not the obsession. The obsession is here, and it's definitely intense. Anybody else get really neurotic the day before travel? This is actually kind of a big travel now for me. So that's pretty wild that I'm going to do this big travel into Europe. I'm so neurotic, I'll be listening to Italian. I'm going to pack real light, and then I'm going to listen to some Italian. But I got to rip off the podcast. Let it rip, said Tinkin to Peppertone. God damn it, let it rip, Peppertone.
Father?
Yes, son?
I think I want to pray for celebrities.
Oh, son, that's great.
Oh, I feel like you just, I don't know, you butter me up.
What are you talking about? I love you, son. And I love when you pray for celebrities. The people who everybody looks at because they have so much money and fame and, options and choices and, erotic delights and then, all kinds of sensorial delights, food, everything.
All right. Anyway, I'd like to pray for a particular celebrity, and that would be the guy who's running the Olympics in L.A., and he got named in the Epstein files.
Oh, that's Wasserman. I think that's Casey Wasserman.
Yeah, whatever. I just want God to look down on all the people who were named in the Epstein files, Dad.
Oh, tell us. This is not a popular viewpoint, Billy.
It's not Billy, Dad. You see, this is what I mean, Dad. You don't even know my name.
I'm sorry, son. I forgot your name.
Oh, it's okay, Dad. I'm just calling you Dad. I think you're really my friend Eric.
Well, Billy, I think we're getting into territory we don't want to.
You know what, Dad?
What is it, Billy?
I've done 13 minutes of stream of consciousness on this podcast, and I just want you to know, it was easy.
Oh, Billy.
I don't know if my name is Billy.
Okay, I think it was just son.
We never named me, did we? Anyway, so I'd like to pray for all the people on the Epstein list, because these are people who, they have a lot of money and a lot of power, and now they feel like they need to be perverse, and it's this S&M mentality that goes on. This is what happens when we don't care for each other, Dad, and these billionaires are caught in that grip. A lot of people blame the billionaires for making this world the way it is, and I think, yes, that's true, but also, they're just caught, they're caught, and then and I think people need to say, please, Casey Wasserman, please, all the people who have been mentioned on the Epstein list. It's a freaking wine list now.
Would you like the Peter Attia a bottle of wine, or would you prefer the Bill Clinton bottle of wine?
So anyway, Dad, that's it for today.
All right, son. Well, I'm glad you prayed.
Dad?
Yes, son?
Why do you keep me locked in here?
Oh, son, it's because I just don't want you going anywhere.
Oh, Dad, I just feel like we have a weird relationship. Hey, Dad?
Yes, son?
Did you ever listen to Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry?
Yes, I did.
Oh, this would be a good time for Kevin to play that.
You mean in the background?
Yeah, in the background, Dad.
Hey, take it easy, son.
Look, Dad, don't think I'm not aware that I'm just the voice of Eddie Pepitone, okay?
Son. What can I say? Eddie created us, and I think we just have to live.
What do you mean?
I think once you're created into this world, son, you become an entity, and we're an entity.
Oh, Dad, I love you so much.
Aw, I love you too, son, and that's why I keep you locked up here.
It doesn't ring true.
What do you mean, son?
That I love you, and that's why I keep you locked up here. It doesn't have a ring of truth, a ring of love. It has a ring of hate.
In a ring of hate, burn down there now. Everybody jumping around town. Nobody can see what it is then. Ring of hate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I have a dire announcement to make on behalf of the robots, particularly the ones from Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, all of these people who surveil us and control us. I have a dire announcement to make that the robots, the Elon Musk, the Peter Thiels who own our grids, the robots want you dead. That is all for now, and now back to our regular program.
Dad, I think I'm finished praying for celebrities.
Okay, son. All right, son.
What was that voice, Dad? It didn't sound like you were yourself for a bit.
You know what, son? I just want to do a bit called Great Athletes of the Past. Welcome to Great Athletes of the Past. I'm Tony Simpson, and today we take a look at the great athletes of the past. And today we are going to look at a professional skeet shooter. Skeet shooting is where you... Oh, man. Hold on, folks. I want to tell you about skeet shooting. A great athlete. He only was alive for a very short time before he ate a poison mushroom. This just in, Tom. Hello. My name is fucking insane. I'm fucking insane, and this is the last newscaster on Earth. Our top story tonight: since the nuclear blast, I'm fucking insane. And here's our top story. I am fucking insane. I remain insane. I can't get out of this insanity. I would love to give you a top story, but all I can give you is this cry for help. Help! Help! Well, Bob, I'm glad you came down to the fishing village. Thanks, Tom. I'm just trying to get away from a Brooklyn way of life, you know. I'm tired of living and just every day have to be like, hey, you know, move the car, you know, go fuck yourself. I have to say a lot of times I'm tired of it. I just want to get up and be like, you know,
Fishing? Well, all right. Well, I'm sorry about your Brooklyn lifestyle. You know, I mean, when I hear about people who live in big cities, I mean, I just wonder how they put up with that stress. You know, I know they call us pumpkins, but seriously, we're a lot more peaceful than the folks who are constantly trying to reinvent themselves. You know, they're trying to reinvent themselves in their life every day, every moment. They're like, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? That's what big city life is like. That's what big city life is like. We interrupt this program to bring you an update on the World Knitting Championships. Hey, I'm Bob Fredericks. I'm down here with the two knitters, the two finalists. We have Dolores Stelzlin. Hi, everybody. I'm knitting a recreation of the surrender of the South Robert E. Lee at Appomattox. All right, thank you very much. That's Dolores, who's doing a recreation of the surrender of the South Robert E. Lee, and Grant, I believe it was Ulysses S. Grant. Remember, we don't get our facts completely right, but we are in the ballpark. And when you're in the ballpark, have a nice, jolly, good Jolly Rancher hot dog. Jolly Rancher hot dogs are more than 6 inches long. They're 8 inches long. They're wide. They're like kielbasa's, and they come to you with honey mustard if you order now. And now with the other knitting contestant is a man, Bob Stevens. Hey, Bob. How you doing? I'm just knitting the stillness of God. Interrupting this knitting sketch is Theo Wanskin, who wants to do something. Hello, I am Theo Wanskin, and I would like to dance for you. Here we go. I know dancing on the radio is a little silly, but not when you hear me tap dancing. Here we go. Do, 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 do. I didn't want to use the gun, Tom, but you said you were going to have the money by 5 o'clock. Well, it's 6:05. You're an hour and 5 minutes late, and that's why I had to do you away. Hey, Steve, can you just clean up the body here? All right, boss. Steve, did I ever tell you you are probably the most loyal assistant I have ever had? Thank you, boss. No, thank you. Thank you, Steve. Just clean up the body, and I just like how attentive you are to me. It's nothing, boss. I just don't want to, be out in the world with no income, and that's why I do whatever you want. Steve, you put things so truthfully. There's no BS. There's no adornment to your speech. It's just what you feel. Yeah, I feel a little nervous that I'm talking to you right now, because it's getting more introspective, and I'd rather keep it light between us, where you tell me to clean up a body, and I do it. You tell me to kill an adversary, and I do it. You tell me to get your fish and chips at Old London Market. I do it, but I'd like to keep it light. And you don't have to tell me how much you love me and stuff. All right, Steve, maybe I was being too intimate, and let's go back to the knitting sketch. Anyway, I hope this depiction of Grant and Lee meets everybody's expectations.
And the judges are looking at Dolores' recreation of Appomattox, the surrender of the South, Robert E. Lee and Grant, among others, and now the stillness of God. The stillness of God. Knitted item is being done, and it is beautiful. It's just a gorgeous gray with diamond white in the fabric. Gorgeous gray, diamond white, the stillness of God, and I think that's going to win over something like the recreation of the Appomattox surrender with Robert E. Lee and General Ulysses Grant.
By the way, before we get General Lee and Ulysses to sign this surrender of the South, I just want to thank everybody who has been a part of this whole Civil War. And it's good to have this, let's sign this up and, let's start rebuilding relationships, because if we don't rebuild relationships, then what do we have?
Hello. I'll tell you what we have. We have a dermatological crisis. There's too many people with itchy skin. Now, watch this videotape. Did you see him itching? Itching all over. The cold weather dries out the skin. So, we must do the best we can. We must do the best we can. We're going overseas. Do I need a spectrum? Overseas unlimited. Scratch my belly, Biscotti. Or tear gas. Biscotti or tear gas. Welcome to today's episode of Biscotti and tear gas.
Al?
Yeah, Margaret?
What the hell is going on this podcast?
Margaret, you know what? Life is messy, Margaret.
Oh, Al, you sound so grounded today.
Look, Margaret, I'm not going to lie to you. I realize we're fictitious. I realize that me and you we're projections of Eddie.
Al, I love you so much.
I love you too. That's why I'm angry that I can't get this snap undone.
Oh, wow. Yes, you can.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, we are, dealing with different types of, just consciousness, and that's... Okay. And that's about all we can do is try to be the best we can. A lot of times you just get randomly attacked, and you have to deal with it. You heard me dealing with it, and it's okay. You just can't take things as personal, or, that's the idea of being the witness in your life instead of being identified with an image of who you are. Just be the witness of what's going on, Don't be so invested emotionally in that way. You can let it pass through you and just be there. You just be there, and that's how everything gets healed. You do your best What else can you do? And, well, I guess you know this already, but the winner of the knitting contest sketch, which was never finished, was the Stillness of God, the beautiful gray and diamond-like white, but very subtle, very tasty, very, very tasty. And speaking of tasty, this guided meditation that I'm about to do, and I know a lot of you out there are like, when is he going to do a guided meditation? When is he going to do a driving in the rain? When is he going to do, he never finished Allen Margaret.
Al? Ooh, that was scary when the guy came and started yelling at Eddie.
Hey, look, Margaret, life intrudes even on fantasy.
Excuse me, Al?
I said life intrudes even on fantasy. But I thought we were a fantasy. Yeah. We are fantasy, Margaret, and I'm saying life intrudes on fantasy.
I love you so much, Al. Would you take me if I asked to go to Knickerbocker Park in Chicago and reenact the Democratic Convention riots in 1968?
I don't know if those are the facts, Margaret, but loosely they are. There were Democratic riots. Mayor Bill Daley sicked the police, the Chicago Police Department, on demonstrators, and, there's a long history of authoritarianism in this country. That was an example, and now the lunatics are running the fucking asylum. Who knows how much time we have left, Margaret?
Oh, Al, I didn't know that was you.
What do you mean you didn't know it was me, Maggie?
You sound different. You sound more like, I don't know, Mickey Spillane at this point.
Oh, really?
It's hot.
Too bad we're just disembodied souls. We need to be in bodies, Margaret.
Al, what are you saying? Don't you see me right in front of you?
I do.
Okay, isn't that enough?
And just then, we found out what Al and Margaret are truly about. Just wanting to be loved. And I'm fucking insane. The last newscaster on Earth. All these bits have come out of me. I'm doing these bits as I go into insanity, down the rabbit hole of insanity, fading away, because I'm the last one left on Earth. Luckily, I know a song and dance man named Jimmy Lefty. Welcome to my mind. I'm Jimmy Lefty, and welcome to my mind. Today we're gonna talk about a chicken. There's a chicken on a farm. He's going cluck, cluck, cluck. There's a farmer on the farm. He's going There's a chicken on the farm and he's going cluck, cluck, cluck. I'm fucking insane. I'll create any character to distract me from this reality. I'm so fucking insane. You can take me to a magician's house. You can take me to a magician's house. You can take me to a magician's house, and you will know what it's last name is... Look at this, Bob. We are finally going to see the final acts of the human race. And today, representing the human race is a comedian from Los Angeles, and he will be orchestrating the final acts of the human race on the West Coast of the United States. Eddie's in charge. There apparently are no more people on the West Coast. How Eddie survived, we have no idea. How Eddie has unlimited cellular data is also absolutely incomprehensible. Welcome to the Incomprehensible Bakery, and I just want to give you a tour. Hey, why do you call it Incomprehensible the Bakery? Why not call it, you know, Buttery Delights? Something more appealing instead of, hey, you want to go to the Incomprehensible Bakery? Oh, no, I would prefer to go to the completely unintelligible cafe. Come on. Just name it Buttery Delights or something. All right, welcome to Buttery Delights, and I'd like to give you a tour. Here's our first pastry. It's absolutely a beautiful croissant puff. I mean, it's a croissant, but it's more puff pastry, just with a filo like thinness. So everybody is having a good time down here. We're trying to extract a couple of miners who have gone below the surface. We didn't know that they were down there. Welcome everybody to miners trapped beneath the surface of the earth, and it's a lot of drama here. Today we have 3 or 4 miners who are trapped here, and we have the families here who are the families of the people trapped. And hello, Mr. Johnson. Yeah, my son is trapped. What, are you kidding me? Yeah, no, he's trapped. I told him don't be a miner. Well, we have a microphone down there. Let's see if they can hear us. Amigos, can you hear us? Yeah, we can hear you. What's the deal with what's going on up there? Nothing much. We're just happy we have some oxygen left. Well, we were just told that you have 3 hours of oxygen left. 3 hours of oxygen? Yes. Oh, no. Yes, that's right, amigos. Anyway, thank you for talking to us. Okay, so these guys are down there, and hopefully they'll get rescued. We have a family member. I told my kid, don't be a damn miner. Yes, hello, I'm Roger Butterworth, and I want to interrupt the miners from a indescript country, probably South America, people caught beneath the surface of the earth. It seems, I don't know, random, seems cruel, but as a Butterworth, which is very similar. My name is Simon Butterworth, and I just want to say, all of us here at the Apocalypse Soon podcast want to thank you. We did a little bit of Allen Margaret. We did a little bit of fucking insane. Who we didn't do is the Italian alien. We haven't heard from him in a longer time. Hello everybody, I'm the Italian alien, and I'm heading to Milan. That's right, Milano. I, Eddie Pepitone, am heading to Milano to do the Winter Olympics. To do the Winter Olympics. I need some water. I need some freaking water. Alright. right, I am the Italian alien, and I want to tell you this. Besides completely dominating you and getting inside your head constantly, what I'm going to start doing is telling you exactly what I think you should do. And right now, I think you should all listen to the following guided meditation. All right, everybody. I hope you're in loose-fitting clothing. Lint, if possible. I used to think it was linen, very lovely fabric, or silk, very lovely fabric. And then I realized, no, it's lint. Lint is the most breathable, so I hope you're in breathable fabric. And with our first in-breath, let's just realize that the conflagration of fascism and AI and ecocide are all coming together, very powerful dark force. And with humor and comedy, this is your first in-breath, with humor, with comedy, with fierce knowing what's right, knowing what's truthful, and acting in each other's interests. That's all. So with your first in-breath, just breathe all that in, and let it go through your body like just a beautiful, lovely day, One of those days where it just warms up after it's been so cold and you've been so shut down, Let that warmth just come into you. Just be like, my God, this feels so warm. And you know what else is warm? I'll tell you what else is warm. Jersey Mike's new eggplant parmesan. It's warm, it's hot. Yes, we have the Antarctic melting, and pretty sure 50 years left with the ecosystem is actually being positive. I don't think there's that much time left, but with your next in-breath, I want you to just see a room full of cellos, gorgeous cellos, just playing the most beautiful music. And the rain came down like the curtain on a bad play. The play only ran 2 nights. The first night it made it through because there was a lightning storm that kept people away. No one knew why great flashes of light were coming over the city, and I'm driving through this petulant rain. This was a rain that you couldn't satisfy. This was a rain that was not into your bullshit. I'm driving in this rain. And now with your next out breath, I want you to breathe out all of the things that hold you back from being in your truth, from being in your soul, from being cut off from yourself. Okay? Just breathe out those negative things. Breathe out, maybe not those negative things, but breathe out the attachment to those things that drag you down. That's what I meant to say. Who knows whether it's negative or positive? Just breathe out. You don't have to be in prison We're all in psychic prisons, and we don't have to be. That's my Biscotti and tear gas podcast. That's my Biscotti and tear gas podcast. And the rain, it looked like it was stopping. The rain stopped, and the nuclear rain started. The acid rain. But everybody who's alive realize our only choice is life.